Hi there, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. This is my capstone project at Quinnipiac University, and an independent author is defined as a person who does not yet have an agent. Today I'm going to do a public service. I'm going to talk to you today about the 5 worst things that an independent writer, such as perhaps yourself, is doing on social media, because I have just seen way too many of these going on, and this is going to be my public service to you. Number 5 is making people hunt for your links. Your audience, just like everybody else, has got a limited amount of time on their hands, and they just don't want to spend all of their time looking for your stuff. Plus, they've got a diminished attention span, and this is true of everybody. So just make your stuff really painfully easy to find. It doesn't mean that you make it red. It doesn't mean that you make it flashing or anything like that. But if you're asking somebody, could you look over my page? You need to link to that page. Bad profile images. Or worst, you have no profile images, such as you have the egg on Twitter, or you've got the Facebook face silhouette, which, for women, it kind of has a little flip hairdo going on. But while you're at it, please don't use your book's cover if you can at all avoid it. Don't use your pet, don't use your kid's image. You want to use your own image. You want to show people that, yeah, you're a real person. Take a bunch of pictures. Have a friend help you out. Try not to take a selfie if you can avoid it. It's a good rule of thumb is to take maybe about 30, 35 or so pictures and then look at your best few. And by the way, if you're really unsure of what your best side is, consider your look as being like the face of a clock. So start with this is 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, which is straight on, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Obviously, you don't go any further back. If you like one of these, then start to consider things like how high up your chin is. If you have double chin issues, then try to stick your chin out and look up. You want to look up to the camera. Don't look down. Looking down is going to give you bags under your eyes. It's going to give you a double chin. Even if you're a really skinny person, it tends to make you look bad. Almost everybody looks better if they are looking up. For women, you might want to add some makeup, do your hair, look fairly nice. You don't have to be wearing a suit, but your clothes should be clean. You should just, make it so that there isn't anything that somebody is going to be distracted from. If you look at the best headshots, and I don't mean celebrity, I mean just the people who you know online and their images that you like, for people who are similar in age to you, same gender, that sort of thing. Those that you like the best, try to emulate something like that. Number 3 is you're spreading yourself way too thin. You do not have to be on every single social media platform, and in fact, it's a good idea not to be. For example, if you don't have big images, if you're not image heavy, then stay off Pinterest and stay off Instagram. You don't need them. Snapchat probably isn't necessary for you either. However, if your work is female centric, and by the way, it's not just romances and childcare and gardening and whatnot that have high female readerships, do a little digging, do a little research. One of the easiest ways to do this is just put your genre into Google and add the word demographics and put the platform that you want to look into and add the word demographics. Add the year or the previous year, because sometimes they take a little while to get up to speed with putting their data out there. But you want to see who's looking at this stuff. Also, try not to do things that are too similar, so that if you've got a Tumblr blog, you don't also need a WordPress blog. You pick one or the other. Facebook, I would say, is absolutely a necessity, because even though Facebook's demographics are getting older, it's still, there's 1.4, I think it is, billion people on it right now. They have an enormous amount of data. Plus, basically what is happening with Facebook is that it is replacing the phone book. Pretty much everybody is on Facebook. I would say Twitter is pretty much going to be useful as well, but mainly to just funnel people to other places, such as your Facebook page or to your blog or whatnot. After that, I would say try not to pick more than maybe 2 others. Otherwise, you're just gonna make yourself nuts. You won't have the time. You want to be able to spend your time on writing as opposed to constantly updating and checking social media. You can use services such as Hootsuite or TweetLater in order to schedule posts. I think TweetLater is only for Twitter. Hootsuite is a bit more open. There's more options with Hootsuite. There's a free version of Hootsuite where you can put up to 3 social media profiles onto it. And I would highly, highly recommend it. It's very easy to use. Number 2 is not taking advantage of placement. And what I mean by that is if you're published, then by definition, if you're on Amazon, then you better be claiming your Amazon author page. Don't make it so that if somebody clicks on your name, they don't get anywhere. You've got prime real estate there. Why aren't you using it? If you're in an anthology, then you need to add those books. You need to add any books that you're in. And you contact Amazon. They're really, really nice about it. Do this if you're the editor or the cover artist as well. You can get credit in this way. And the same thing is true about Goodreads. Just make sure that everything is connected. And by the way, if Amazon or Goodreads are having trouble finding you online, the easiest way to get to make sure that that's all clear, because let's say you're on an anthology that there's maybe 30 people on, and whoever inputted into Amazon just plain ran out of space. This happens. The best way to do this is get your name onto a blog post that talks about the anthology, and you can always ask a blogger to do this. Most of them are more than happy to do that, because if they're already reviewing the anthology, there's really no it's really no hardship for them to make sure that everybody is listed properly. Number 1 is using social media for nothing more than selling. You want to connect with your readers and your future readers, and this means giving of your expertise and showing a true interest in them, and it does not mean showing them a 24/7 ad stream. Your readers don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. Nobody likes seeing that. I like to follow a 30-30-40 rule of thumb. 30% is your real life promotions. Please buy my book. Here you go. Buy my book. There's my book. 30% is personal stuff about you, and that can come and go. That can be smaller or maybe not so much bigger, but it can be smaller as you go along. If you've got nothing really to report, then don't report it. Nobody wants to hear about what you're eating for lunch. Nobody wants to hear about your big hardships. But if you've got something big that's going on, you're having a baby, you're getting married, you just moved, you've got a new job, something like that, there's no reason why you can't share that with your readers. I think they're interested in what's going on with you. The other 40%, and that's the part that if you spend less time on personal, you can spend more time on this, and that's helping others. Things such as sharing your expertise. Let's say you're a data person. You might want to talk to people about how to read their metrics. Or maybe you're a cover artist and you might want to talk to people about why using a particular font makes more sense, or a particular color. Leverage your expertise, help other people. That makes it more compelling to listen to you, to read you, and to follow you. Like I said, nobody wants to see a 24/7 ad string. Believe me, they really don't. A little more information. Yeah, here's my 30%, right? My website is, for this project, lonely-writer.com. At Twitter, it's lonely1writer. Facebook is also lonely1writer. And I've also got a YouTube channel, which, of course, this recording will be on. Once again, my name is Janet Gershon Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thanks so much for listening.